There we go. There we go. We lit now. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are back in action. We are chatting with the community. 2023. Now, today we're in a different location than where we would usually be. You know, we've been doing, I think last year we did damn near 95% on the north end. We did one time on the west end, and I believe one time in Parkville. I'm not sure if we hit anywhere deep in the south, but needless to say, this year we're going to spread it out, but we know home base is the north end, respectfully. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, the city is ours to share, to love, to enjoy, to create. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to take this show on the road. We're going to do the north, the west, the south, all over this joint. We might even hit East Hartford, you feel me? But needless to say, it's the same joint. We're trying to stay positive, stay motivated, and stay real. Right now, seeing as that this is the first chatting with the community in 2023, I wanted to change it up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And said, let me do something different, and let me go home real fast. You know what I'm saying? Let me come home where it started at, where this community, this neighborhood, this block in particular held me down before the city got any wind of who I was or even knew what I was trying to do. This neighborhood, this community, this block groomed me in a lot of different ways, you feel me? Accepted me, well, I was raised here, but needless to say, accepted me and supported me in the initial building blocks of what the city now knows as Champ Jones. I mean, the name always been my name since I was born, but what we know now as far as the community advocacy, the youth advocacy, a lot of those initial practices started with me and my young brothers over here. The stuff that I use, oh damn, that one boy. But a lot of the practices and formulas I use now, I didn't learn in the classroom, I didn't learn in college. I learned by being outside and trying to keep my young brothers out of trouble. That's what I learned and how I learned what works and what doesn't. Now, when you're speaking about evidence-based practices and research and data and all that matters when you're dealing with a controlled population. I'm outside, or we all outside with young dudes who will take your whole face off. Now, those evidence-based practices is cool, but outside, it's kind of hard to apply those, you know what I'm saying? So you got to have a different, you know what I mean? And a lot of my initial practices and concepts and abilities to empathize and sympathize and motivate and be sensitive and understand and listen came from me being outside and wanting my little brothers not to be in trouble. And even though sometimes we did stuff together, but it's still a piece of you. If you a certain type of individual, you feel obligated to protect, to you know what I'm saying, deteriorate from negativity. You know what I'm saying? So I felt like we had to come home, and this is where we at, man. But that's it. Evergreen Community Garden. This shit, Miss Mimi, yo, God rest Miss Mimi, man. If Miss Mimi was still here, this shit would not be looking like this. How you turn the joint around? I don't even know how to turn this joint around on here. Is it this one? Oh, nope. Hold on, I want y'all to see what I see in this wind, man. It's feeling like Chicago. Oh, here we go. Look, man. Now, if y'all from around the way like me, and I feel bad, we gotta do something about this. But if y'all from Evergreen like me, bro, Miss Mimi would have not been going for this shit right here. She wouldn't have been going for this, all of this littering joint in front of the on the street, period, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like, over here we had a tight-knit understanding of each other, a tight-knit understanding of sharing, a tight-knit understanding of camaraderie, just like every other neighborhood in Hartford. I'm just curious on how can we get back to that, man? How we get back to that? Yo, I want to clean this up without feeling like an offie, or I want to help without seeming like get back to those, because those elements, bro, is essentially what's going to save us. I personally feel like we can depend on certain institutions and things of that nature to really elevate us in the way we need to. It's really going to come down to us building, conversating, which brings me to the topic of today. I feel personally, even within myself, I'm working on this, but collectively, reactions and reasoning, which is all and but so many ways tied into self-confidence and self-esteem. And I know a lot of us have good reason in why we react certain ways. However, what I've come to learn within myself, depending on how you look at yourself, depending on what you have going for yourself, depending on your goals, depending on your thoughts, depending on your feelings, depending on your insights, that will play a role in your reason and reaction. Now, if you don't think highly of yourself, if you don't have a lot of self-esteem, the reasons for your reactions may be different from someone who has self-respect, a high self-esteem, self-confidence. So we have to start really taking a step back and looking in the mirror, as painful as that is. I remember at one point in my life, bro, the last thing I ever wanted to do was look in the mirror. Like, you know what I'm saying, on some metaphysical subconscious joint. Not, you know what I'm saying, we brush our teeth, we gotta look in the mirror, make sure we look good or straight. But I'm talking about really facing that man in the mirror. It was a time in my life where that was the last thing I wanted to do. It have been times I done stared at myself in the mirror, bro, and really asked myself, like, yo, who are you, man? What's going on? And I had to understand that it was me trying to figure out the reasons for my reactions. And when you do a lot of self-reflecting and you do a lot of intentional digging within yourself, you start to understand, just like any other human, you were just trying to adapt to whatever it felt safest for you to do. That's why a lot of us are very impulsive, very reactionary. That's a response to something that happened to me before. Me reacting like this makes me feel safe, so I'm going to do this every time. Or this is the only reaction I feel that can make me feel in control, right? However, we got to understand that a lot of our reasoning, if it's stemmed in emotion, we going to react in ways that we going to wake up regret. Like, it have been days, man, I ain't gonna hold you, man. Back in the day, it have been days I'd have woke up like, yo, I don't even know why I went, yo. Or, damn, why I even do that, yo? And now, imagine doing that every day, though. Every day you doing some shit that got you going home like, yo, why did I damn, man. You are stacking bricks of guilt and pain on you, and without no proper outlet or proper self-talk or proper perception in the mirror to be able to articulate your reasoning and reactions, bro, you're going to feel bad all the time, man. It's nothing worse than walking around with a pile of bricks and what we call guilt. That shit is life-changing, yo. I don't know if everybody been through that. Like, I really don't. Like, I really don't think everybody been through them circumstances prolonged, chronically. I mean, we all go through stressful situations, or we probably had a crisis or two. But I'm talking about a normality of, I don't feel like myself unless I'm mad or aggressive. I don't feel like myself unless I'm in conflict. I don't feel normal unless we about to go do some risky, dangerous shit. That's what I'm speaking about. That reason and the reaction. I understand it. A lot of times it's almost like a self-fulfilling prophecy, or like it's almost like masturbation, bro. I hate to use that example, but there's nothing closer to what I want to capture with that. And what I mean by that is you're pleasing yourself. You don't need nobody else when you're in a reactionary mode without having proper reason. You just feel good. Then when it's after and said and done with, it's like, all right, damn, what's next? You know what I'm trying to say? So it's like, I want myself included, our teammates, our friends and family to really dissect and direct our reasoning and reactions. There's been too many examples in our city, too many casualties, too many unfortunate circumstances that have transpired because somebody didn't have an in tune or a high quality set of reasoning and reaction. But we got to understand, we got some young girls going up in homes where they're being molested by their brothers, abandoned by their fathers, fighting their moms. Their reason for their reaction may be justifiable. We got a lot of young men who may be the only man in the house that got to be outside with grown niggas trying to feed his mom because she worked but so many hours and he got 4 younger siblings in home. His reasoning for his reaction may be different. And as a collective community, unless we're being empathetic to these individuals, it's always going to seem and deem to be something called problematic, which it shouldn't be. I'm from a set of circumstances in a family where money don't matter because we ain't have a lot of it. It came down to your intention, your integrity, your love, your direction, your intent, your consistency. We have to help each other. There's a lot of us, me included, that still haven't learned certain skills to get out of certain dark places. And if you got those keys to those doors, you are an asset. We need you. Come help us. Come help us help ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Because I do believe in if you want change, you'll put the work in and you'll do it yourself. But needless to say, some of us live in circumstances or grew up in certain ways where this is all we know is to react this way or have a reaction due to this type of reasoning. So I say that to say, with a lot of self-reflection, it comes down to your confidence. We have to increase our confidence. And I'm one of the ones to say, there's nothing wrong with private victories over public celebrations. There's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes you have to set small goals and small challenges that you know you can conquer, but on a consistent basis that can build momentum. Now, once you get momentum going, you slide up the notch just a little bit, but you keep it enough to be challenging, but enough that you can attain it and keep your confidence building. We have a resilient city. Hartford, Connecticut is a resilient, strong city. But somewhere in between our adversities and challenges, we lost the ability to self-regulate, which is nothing wrong with that. That's natural. However, let's change that. That's what we're here for. We're here for change. We're here for dialogue. We're here for conversation. We're here for engagement. We love each other. We're just in a society that perpetuates a perception of insecurity, unsafety, violence. And we can always, of course, say that's the normality, that's real, but it's only as real as you make it. I'm one of the ones that will and always feel that we know our true hearts, we know our true spirits, and sometimes we may get lost, but needless to say, there are going to be those that's going to wake us up. It don't mean they're no better, it don't mean that you're any less. It's just a matter that sometimes we need a leg up, and there's nothing wrong with that. Everybody need a helping hand sometimes. You're going to be the one that have to help somebody up one day. And as long as your intention is strong and your ability to be transparent is bar none genuine, man, you could change generations off of that. Money is not the answer to everything. Don't let a motherfucker feel like they could control you with money, man. Or money is the root to all solutions. No, it's not, man. I don't know how y'all grew up, but I wasn't raised like that. I wasn't raised to bow down. I wasn't raised to be submissive to anything that felt like they could control me over something materialistic or something that's like spiritual. There we go, my fault. This wind out here feeling like Chicago, bro. Needless to say, my mother and my father didn't raise me like that, man. They raised me, your money in your bank is in your heart. Don't get lost in your emotions to the point that you be broke, though. So I'm not, you know what I mean? And I feel like a lot of us live off those same principles and same integrities, but a lot of us have different levels when it comes to the reason and the reactions. So usually what I do is to try to keep track of my reason and reactions. I write affirmations 24/7 of us. Why? Because a lot of us want to hear it from other people. A lot of us want to hear encouragement for others. But guess what? We may not get it all the time. And if that's the source of your power, sometimes you got to find a simplified science to bring a solution. So tell yourself, write to yourself. Yo, man, stay positive, stay motivated, stay real. Breathe, be in the moment, be yourself. Those are principles I live by. And I write those down every day to keep me in a place of elevation of my self-confidence so I can have a calm perspective when it comes to my reasoning and reaction. Let me show y'all how the blizzy looking right now. Once again, we're on Evergreen Avenue, right in between Fells and Farmington Avenue. I grew up on 120 Evergreen Avenue back in the day. This joint used to be lit, bro. We used to play manhunt from South Whitney, Evergreen, Simpson, Farmington, and West Boulevard. This shit used to look like real life Call of Duty. What's going on? What you doing, my man? I'm doing community outreach. Community outreach? Yeah. Okay. Yep. All right, no problem. Y'all already know who that was. Like, that's what I'm saying. Is it not normal for me to do community outreach? It is what it be, man. But you know what? I love that type of stuff. I love it. It reminds me, this is what's necessary. It ain't even got to be me. It's a million Champ Jones around the world, but it's only one Champ Jones. But needless to say, this work has to be done regardless of what. Regardless if it's normal or not. Regardless if it's accepted or not. We all have voices that want to be heard. Just one. We all have people we want to be champion for us if we don't know how to do it. I don't know no other way to live. That's good. I don't know no other way to live. And I got my own twisted shit going on. Smell me? Needless to say, I'm an advocate for my inner city residents. I'm an advocate for my young men, my young ladies, my people in the struggle. That's what we do. That's what we're here for. Changing humanity and making progress. Creating harmony and manifesting peace. What up, though? You about to jump on this real fast, you heard?
Yeah.
Introduce yourself.
My name is Hassan. I don't know. I don't really know what to say.
All right, long as you introduce yourself, we're going to do it like this, right? How old are you?
16.
16, right?
Yeah.
So let me ask you a question, my young brother, right?
Hmm?
What do you feel is the state of mind of the young men your age in Hartford right now?
They crazy.
They crazy. Damn, that's a strong word, B.
I ain't gonna say they all crazy because there's certain people that do be like actually having problems. But I feel like there's certain people that just follow the leader.
Follow the leader. All right, so you say follow the leader, right? I'm curious to know not who, but what does the leader look like in the sense of what abilities and qualities do they have that these young dudes feel like they're gonna gravitate to them for?
Like, what you mean by that? Like, what
Meaning, what do they like in these leaders that they're following? since you said they're following the leader,
like,
what do these leaders have?
Say somebody want to be in a gang and they see their boy in a gang, they'll probably want to follow after their boy and do what they do, trying to be like them when it's not really, there's no need for that.
So let me ask you this, right?
Yeah.
Where do you think has to be going through a young man's mind to say, I feel and want that I need to join a gang? What is going through his mind? Say it again.
Depression.
Whew, damn. That was heavy. So if you're saying that a lot of these young dudes are so depressed that they rather follow somebody to get in the gang, what do you feel could be solutions to give them alternatives to feeling like, all right, instead of me feeling depressed, I'd rather do this because it makes me feel better and I feel safer? What would that look like to a young man your age?
I don't know, getting a job, wanting to go to a YMCA, a program, help yourself, better yourself. Don't let other people follow what you do. Like with me, I used to do dumb junk. I don't really let people follow what I do no more because there's no point in it.
All right.
I learned my lesson and I got to escape.
Oh, word, yeah, all right. So let me ask you this, right? How do you feel as a young black man growing up in Hartford, Connecticut? How do you feel right now about yourself? Where is your self-confidence?
I got a lot, but to be honest, I don't really want to be here. I'd rather be somewhere else.
Why is that?
Because to be honest, I don't want to raise my kids here. I feel like I should have kids somewhere else, somewhere more safe, where they feel like they can have something to do. Because Hartford ain't really not here. Ain't no programs for people to go be safe, play basketball, do what they want to do. It's just let's go pick up a gun, go kill somebody.
So let me ask you this, because I love you right now, believe in you. How would it look like for you to be a part of the solution?
What do you mean by that?
Meaning that you just said you wouldn't raise your kids out here. You wouldn't want to be out here because of the circumstances. If you could play a part in changing that, how would that look?
Uplift the community.
So, okay, yep, go ahead.
If I was offering at least like a good amount of money to help a lot of people, I'll help this community, to be honest with you, because this community need a lot of help with all the streets, the buildings, the poverty, the broken windows thing that you was telling me about during that thing.
Yeah.
It's a lot that need to be fixed.
So let me ask you a question. Why do you feel like you need to be paid to save a life?
To be honest, I don't really think you need to be paid.
Okay. Because
you don't really got to. You could save somebody's life by just talking to them. But I don't know. I feel like certain people think money is the key to happiness, but it's really not. So
I'll tell you what, young brother, because I know you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
You are part of the future.
Really?
And I want you to embrace the challenge of not leaving your city because you feel it's so safe. I ain't mad if you want to, but be a part of why we should stay and work together.
Yeah, make a change.
Because you got it. Especially if you explaining to me that you learned from your last shortcomings. It's only right that you take that and pass that on to some other young dudes. Because guess what? They were just like you at one point.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But always believe in yourself. Stay positive, stay motivated, stay real. I love you. I'm gonna see you soon. You know I'm gonna be at you tomorrow, all right?
All right,
be safe. Love you too, bro. Be safe. So that's what we doing, man. We want these young kings to be empowered, man. It's different ways of stepping. It's different ways of getting busy. It's different ways of sliding. Our young brothers who's involved in those activities, we don't love them no less. They need some love, they need some guidance. But the ones who we know that could be a part of the solution, them the ones we need to invest in even more because they're just more at risk as the ones who's involved with the activity. Not everybody want to hear positivity, bro. I know how that feel. I done had niggas want to, do my camera all type of ways. But luckily, I was divinely ordained or guided and nothing happened. But needless to say, what I'm saying is we all are taking risks. But we need to find some type of ground when it comes to our reason and reactions. We're going to end this early. It's getting tight breezy. The police riding by like I'm out here doing them. Matter of fact, I'm away. I want y'all to see this activity. And y'all know, once again, everybody keep just thinking the Western it's just Oxford Street. No, bro. They be out here trying to mess with everybody out here too. And everybody out here just trying to live and chat with the community. No, but I'm just messing with y'all. I don't need nobody taking that serious. I was just joking. But needless to say, we gonna end this so I could go finish my night off correctly. We're gonna stay positive, stay motivated, stay real. One.